So I might have gone a little crazy. This is a lot of books for April. Ooh, okay. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we are going to be doing my April TBR. And I cannot believe we're already pulling our April books. That's just so crazy to me. I just had this discussion with my dentist today. Gotta love going to the dentist. I just had this discussion with my dentist that I cannot believe it's already going into April. That is insane. But we are going to be using my card deck again to pull my TBR. Now, I have already pulled out like 8 books that I already know that I want to read, or I'm going to try to read in April. But I think I'm going to go ahead and pull another 8 cards. Normally, I only read like between 10 and 11 books a month, but I want to have variety. I've gotten into more mood reading, and I like having more books that I anticipate reading, just so that way I have the opportunity to choose different types of books. So that's what we're going to do. So we're going to first pull the prompts that I have on my card deck, and then we're going to go over to the bookshelf and see what books I think will fit each one of those prompts. So we're going to do some shuffling first. See what prompts we get. So the first prompt, and I'm hoping these are not upside down. I always have some that are like just regularly upside down, but whatever. Let's do this one, which is upside down. A book that ends in an odd number of pages. So that'll be fun. That gives us basically any book that we can choose as long as the page ends as an odd number. So very nice. So that's number 1. Next book is this one, upside down. A book your significant other picked. I don't know how I feel about that, because the last time my husband picked a book, it was a hunting book, and I really wasn't in the mood for a hunting book, but okay. The third book is this one. I tried to turn it upside the right way, and then this one's upside down. An award-winning book. I also do not like this prompt because I don't really have a lot of books that are award-winning, so that's going to be a hard one. Wait, this book. A book you think will rate 5 stars. I like that. And then 5 is this one. A dark romance. I love that. We have number 6. It's this one, which is a book by one of your favorite authors. Love that as well. Book 7 is this one. A book that ends in an even number of pages. So that's very convenient. And then the last prompt that we have is this one. Again, it's upside down. A book in a series. Okay. So those are the book prompts that I have for this month. So recapping, we have a book you think will be 5 stars. I like that. An award-winning book. Not really a fan. A book in a series. I like this. A book that ends in an even number of pages. A book that ends in an odd number of pages. A book picked by your significant other. I might end up making this my daughter because she likes to pick my books. A dark romance. And then a book by one of my favorite authors. So we are going to jump over to my bookshelf and see what books that I have for these prompts.
Gonna stay in this moment, gonna lay here on the grass. I don't need to feel lonely, I am finally home at last.
right. Books have been acquired. So we're going to go through the 8 books that were picked using the cards. And then we're going to go through the other books that I want to read that are not part of the cards. So the first book that was picked was a book by my significant other, also known as my 14-year-old daughter. And she chose Vampire Diaries. So this is the new cover. I've seen the old cover a bunch. I actually picked up this book using the old cover and I just couldn't get into it. It was years ago also, and I wasn't really a big reader back then, but I wanted to get this cover because it's just so much more appealing. And my 14-year-old loves Vampire Diaries, so she wants me to read this and tell her how it is. So we have Vampire Diaries. And then the book that was an award-winning book, I did go on Goodreads for the 2023 awards, and I saw that Hellbent won. I read this month the Ninth House book, and so this is book 2 of that series. This is the Barnes & Noble edition, and we're going to be reading this so we can see what is going to happen with this story. So we have Hellbent, and then the book by one of my favorite authors. I've actually wanted to reread this book because I have already read it once, but it was a long time ago and I wanted to pick it up and read it again, and that is Cassandra Clare's City of Bones. This is the first book of the Shadow Hunter series, and I've been wanting to get back into the Shadow Hunter world. We're going to read Cassandra Clare's City of Bones for this prompt. And then we have a book that has an odd number of pages, and I wanted to get just a quick little romance book in here, and that was When in Rome. I think this is technically book 2 of the Interconnected Standalone, but I do not have book 1, I think, or I could be wrong. I don't know, but this is the only one that I have of this series, Interconnected Standalone, and this says that it is 305 pages. So we have a quick little romance, and then a book that ends with an even number of pages. This has been on my bookshelf and I've been wanting to read it, but I have been nervous, but we're gonna go ahead and try. This is the Atlas 6 by Olivia Blake. I have never read a book by Olivia Blake, and I've had this on my shelf for a while that I have been wanting to read, but I'm just been too scared actually to read it. And this one is 380 pages. I'm excited. And I also love the feel of this book. I love the feel. And then we have the next prompt is a dark romance, and we're going to be picking up Katie Roberts, and this is Electric Idol. This is a book about the Dark Olympus series, and I've already read about Persephone and Hades, and so this is another book in that same series. And then we have a book that you think will be 5 stars, and this one I can pretty much guarantee is going to be 5 stars because the other 2 books in the same series were 5 stars, and that is Saving 6. This is the first book of Joey and Aoife's relationship, so this will 100% be a 5-star book. I'm sure I'm going to love it. So we have Saving 6, and then a book in a series, and I've decided to pick up Belladonna. So this is book 1. Foxglove I think is book 2. I want to buy the paperback, so I cannot buy that book until it comes out in paperback, and so I think it comes out later on this year. So this is book 1 of the Belladonna series. So we have this. So those are all of the books from the card deck. Now I do have a handful of other books that I do want to read, and these, hint hint, might be an upcoming video, possibly. We're still kind of thinking about it, but we have Mistborn. I absolutely hate. This is the mass market paperback, but I got it for $2. So we have Mistborn, Archer's Voice, The Last Letter, Twisted Lies, The Retribution of Mara Dyer, The Red Scholar's Wake, and we have A Curse for True Love. So these are all of the additional books that are going to be on my April TBR and potentially in some upcoming videos. We're still unsure, but that is going to be my April TBR. So I would like to thank everybody for watching. If you have not, if you have not subscribed, please make sure you subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. And I hope everybody stays tuned to my upcoming videos, and I will see everybody in those later videos. Bye.